Welcome to the Investor Impact Power Talks with Vinney Chopra, where investors gather to share their insights and strategies in the world of multifamily, real estate, and beyond. Get ready to be inspired and equipped for your next level of success.
Alrighty, I've asked Steve to talk about vending business. So he's going to share with us his PowerPoint. He's looking into starting this business and love to find out, brother Steve. So go for it. I know my very good friend, he passed away now, but his family, they made a lot of money, good money in vending business, a lot of good money. So I'm really excited to go through your PowerPoint. You bet.
Here we go. So I'll just
That's great.
breeze through this pretty fast. So the company that we're going with is Natural to Go, and you'll find out real quick why. So remember, go check all your attorneys or everybody. This is only for entertainment purposes. Okay, so our goal is to increase your passive income, increase your net worth, achieve financial independence so that you can stop working. These are for the people that are going to want to invest with us. Our investors, increase your streams of positive cash flow and start living the life you want to dream. So an example of a 40-month, I just go right into it. I just give them, the partner invests $170,000 and they're paid back in 48 months. 12 machines average $7,000 per year. That monthly payments of $4,731 includes a 15% interest. So I'm going to pay you back 15%. $14,275 paid to the partner, and interest as that comes to $14,000 in a year that you're going to get back. An additional 20% return on the net profit of each machine. Estimated additional profits of a machine is around $9,700 a year. So total profits for you would be another $24,000 with 12 machines. My goal is to get 50 and then sell it back. But let's just at 48. That's $95,000 a year in your pocket. So not too shabby for $170,000. Partners, this is what's going to happen after 6 months, though, if you want. You're going to go ahead and be able to buy me out. Take over all the payments, the machines, expenses, everything. It says 2 years, but I put it down to 1 year. You projected net average income per machine. You can be bought out after 6 months. The revenue has received. What we're going to do to figure out this is not take the lowest producing machine nor the highest producing machine. We're going to go ahead and look at each machine at 6 months of what they're producing and average all of them out. There's not going to be any funny money there for you. You're going to get, I get a 5% retainer to be your consultant for 2 years because there's going to be problems. There'll be an employee that I've already put in position. They'll be there for 6 months. They know what to do. You don't have to do anything. But if you need another employee or something's not working, I've been doing business consulting for 30 years. You're not going to hit me with anything I don't know. An example of buyouts, went over this, but you take over everything. Oh, if you don't want to buy it out, this is what this is, sorry. If you want to buy it out, I'll find somebody else and they'll pay you the money that we were talking about. So you'll get prepaid and they'll take over the business. Because my goal is to get in and out. This is actually, David actually got me on thinking about this. Build a business and sell it. Build a business and sell it, which is super, super lucrative. So this is the really cool thing. In a respectable location, a vending machine can make anywhere from $10 to $50 a day. This equals $300 to $1,500 a month. It's not unusual for a vending machine to produce a lot more than this in excellent settings. The location of a vending machine affects elements like traffic, consumer incomes. So you should expect above average vending machine revenue if you have a great location and a great product. I'm only going in 2 locations right now, McKinney, Texas and Frisco, Texas, which happen to be 2 out of the 5 top 10 cities in the United States. Coming in, Frisco. And so this company guarantees they'll get 100 units bought at least, and that's and what I've done in the projections is I've got right around $400. I've lowballed the amount of money that could be bought on this. It's as if every machine was terrible in a terrible location, this is what you could get. So global industry analysis says the vending machine market size was $21.3 billion in 2020. This is prior to the COVID, which was caused actually a demand for countless retail systems to spike. So COVID actually helped the vending machine business because people
Yes,
didn't have to do
yes.
anything. So we're COVID
Mm-hmm.
proof. Would never happen again, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, but we are. So a pretty bold prediction is the size of the vending machine will be $51.9 billion coming
Wow.
up. So it's growing. Now, everybody can remember, I go to antique stores all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to redo this thing because I can see vending machines from way back when you got the Coca-Cola pop, the glass bottles and everything. They're out there. The vending machines are not going away. There's a 5.5
Mm-hmm.
increase in the CAGR through 2027. So even at conservative stuff, this is crazy good news.
And there are also moments of the game where
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. What'd you say?
There's also moments in
Oh,
the game.
okay.
Oh, I
No,
guess he
there
was
was
talking something.
something. Yeah,
Okay.
something. Yeah, no
So
problem.
expectations, $31 billion by 2027, basically. It's just going to keep going. More companies are using vending machines as values for their employees and customers, and this trend is increasing. The returns have been spectacular over the last 40 years. The company that I'm going in have been around for 30. People are more impulsive and unwilling to wait. We see it all the time. Got to have it now. You spend 2 seconds waiting for the light going from red to green, you get honked at
Mm-hmm.
if you're not going. So people are just, it's
Mm-hmm.
there. There's a pent up demand for getting these things quick, and the trend is growing. Companies use the convenience of vending machines to entice their employees to work for them. So they don't have to go across the street or anywhere. They can just go. Some of the
Yeah.
vending machines have candy. Some of them have perishables, which people think, oh my gosh. But if you put them in the right
Mm-hmm.
place, you don't, it works. Quite a few of the markets are emerging due to the increase of jobs in certain local markets. How often do people use vending machines? Every day, 100 million people in the United States use vending machines. Given that there are 7 million vending machines in the nation, the typical machine sees 14 customers every day. Remember, they're guaranteeing me 100 a week. 14 a day
Mm-hmm.
pretty much hits that right on the market. So what they're advertising and what this is saying is exactly the same thing. Naturally, more people use the vending machines in busy regions. That's why we're only staying in the busy regions right now. Most frequently used vending machines provide snacks and beverages. The market is made up of snacks, drinks. It's 72% of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to go past this because it's not relevant.
Uh-huh.
We all know vending machines are great. So who's
Sure.
our competition? That's the important thing. So there are 17,273 enterprises out there that operate vending machines. 17,000
Awesome.
in the
Wow.
United States. There's no
Wow.
competition. Florida has the biggest. They've got
Ooh.
19,000,
Mm-hmm.
almost 2,000 operators. Texas, 16,000. There's virtually no competition here. California, 14. According to the vending market 2020 State of Industry report, the small independent owners control 67% of the vending market. The small owners, I want you to remember that. 67% small owners are under 10 machines. They own less than 10 machines. Medium, 16.5%, large, 7.1%, and extra large, 9.4%. 1 million revenue for these people. That's it. 4.9, 9.9, 10 million. We're going to be right here in the large and extra large. We're with me building and selling. It's going to be a wonderful deal. This is a great thing. Where? High concentration of potential areas. What? Shopping centers, bus, train stops, sizable apartment buildings, businesses that employ a significant number of people like factories, airports. When's the last time you didn't go through an airport and see 50 machines as soon as you walked in almost? It's just there. And they're making money hand over. I get the water all the time from those places. Colleges, offices, schools, hotels. Nice thing about hotels, if it's a 3-story hotel, that's 3 machines.
Yes.
The reason that's important is when I hire someone to go out there and I've got 10 machines and I've got 3 hotels, that's only 3 stops.
Yep.
It takes about an hour, 30 minutes to get there, 15 minutes to do the machine, 30 minutes, so hour and a half. But now they're in a place with, so we start stacking them. Hospitals, like I said, we could be selling bare, everything, right? Or another nice thing is hospitals have a very bad reputation for their cafeteria. So that's where you can start putting in the food. The thing with schools, is some kids like to eat healthy, some kids don't. One of the people that I was talking to when I was looking at this company, um, they were in a location and Coke was selling more than Pepsi. So they had 4 things of 2 Cokes and 2 Pepsis, and they just took out the Pepsis. And while we were there, somebody complained about that and said, "Hey, I like Pepsi." He says, "Nobody's buying, but I'll put it in here and I'll put 1 in and 3 Cokes. And if you guys if they buy it, we'll do it." Guess what? They started buying it. So now he's got 6 stalls, 3 Pepsis, 3 Cokes. So you got to look at your customers. So our product will be doing appropriate for the area. If it's a factory and most of the people need lunch and little snacks, that's what we'll be giving. If it's, like I said, a hospital, a school, if it's an airport, wherever, whatever it is. I know there's a Walmart right now. Our Walmart right there, 3 miles away from me, all the vending machines were gone. That's only 2 reasons for that to happen. 1, they weren't selling, which means they had the wrong stuff in there. Or 2, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So Vinney brought up a point that, am I buying used ones? And the answer is no. And the reason is this company doesn't make money if I don't buy machines. They give us all the support. They go out to the city they send a guy out for 2 weeks to find 60 locations. Now I'm going to get 12 to 24 vending machines, 60 locations. And all I got to do is go in there and say, "Hey, my guy came in. Do you still want the vending machine?" "Yes." "Okay, let's put him in." There's no rent, there's no electricity, there's no Wi-Fi charges. The only charges that we have to do is you have to go to the city and get a permit, $100 every 6 months or a year, depending on the city. So it is rent-free, except for schools. Schools like a little donation, but that's tax-free. That's a donation, right? Okay, yeah, I'm going to give to this. I'm going to give. So you can make these little deals there. But most of the time, the way it's sold is this is going to help your business if you have a vending machine in here. They really like it. So and they install the vending machines. The first one is on them. So there's literally no work I have to go to school for 10 days to understand how the vending machines work. If it breaks, what to do. I told them, "Hey, I'm not a handyman." They said, "It's a screwdriver and you just take a pair and put a piece in." It's very low tech. And if you can't figure it out, you can call us. We got a helpline that will walk you through it or send somebody out if we really have to. So it's really great business. They are healthy. This is what they promote. Healthy. It's a new thing out there. Most vending machines aren't doing it, but they have taken it. They know that the health industry is coming and they're going that way. That doesn't mean we can't sell M&Ms. Matter of fact, I can rewrap every one of them TMV vending if I want. It's my machine. But some of them will be healthy, some of them won't be. It just depends on the location. But this positive trend has increased the percentage of healthy food selections in vending machines from 20% to 80%, decreasing calorie, salt, fat intake. If you haven't read, let's go off the line here. If you haven't read Younger Next Year, you really should. This is, I've got the book right here. But the health is there, right? It's all about health, but we can go both ways. What is the success rate of vending machines? This is crazy, 80%. Everybody knows that entrepreneurs, after 2 years, 60% are gone. What people don't know is at 10 years, 99% are gone. Vending machine business, 80% business success rate. This is crazy. The profit calculator estimates it'll take 12 months to 18 months to achieve 100% return on investment. 100% return on your investment in 12 to 18 months. That's pure profit after that. Pure profit.
Wow.
So this is why I'm buying and selling. It's pure profit. It's convenient. It's available to almost everyone. And it's something we do because we care. It takes cash and credit cards, so everybody can do it. We only sell it in high traffic areas. If the location is not performing, we'll move them fast because I want a good location. And we'll make mistakes, but that's why we're doing 12 to 24. If I've got 3 or 4 vending machines that aren't, it's just like rent. They're not paying rent. Okay, kick those out, get new renters, kick that out, get another location, right? Quarterly cash flow. Investors' monies are returned within 4 years or less. I guarantee you it'll be less because I want to sell this business in 6 months. And so you'll get your money back one way or the other. And like I
So
said,
are
it's something
you
we do because we
thinking
care.
to do, Stephen, are you thinking to do like a syndication so that investors can bring 50,000, 100 also, or you're just needing 175 or 172,
I just want one investor right there.
Yeah.
Your investor, I'm giving you interest, so it's not really syndication. Plus, I'm giving you a little bit of the net
Yeah,
profit is kind. But I talked to David about this, and he was like, "Nah,
sure.
just go. You got
Oh,
an
yeah.
investor,
Straight.
and that's that. Pretty much
Mhm.
it. Credit investor if you want, sophisticated investor. When is the time to start? Now is the best time. That's it.
I like it. I like the colorfulness, everything. So maybe some other people have questions too. Let's come back. In other
If
words,
not only questions,
uh-huh.
Vinny, but I would love you to pick apart. I went through it pretty quick. If I was talking with an investor,
Sure.
I'd slow it down and everything. But I would love for you guys to pick it apart.
No. So what? Yeah, go ahead and take off the screen share. Let's see. Okay, there we are. We are. Any questions on it? I know some people had to leave. I know Sada just texted, and then Mike had to go also. I know something we are trying to do now also is to do very impact coaching mastermind for 1 hour so that we could, if we have more stuff to do, no problem. We could go longer than that. But I think keeping it short, simple, like that. Dave, you already helped Stephen do some talking back and forth. It looks like,
It was a
yeah,
big help.
Yeah, I think the reality is the opportunity is strong. I think Stephen, where you're gonna like where if any of your investors are gonna look at this and they're gonna say, okay, be careful of the word guarantee.
Yeah, you told me about
that's the
that. Yeah.
thing.
That's
Get
that's
that out
a
of my
bad
vocabulary.
word with investors because that's where you get in trouble.
Yes.
So the investor's question is, what happens if the machine doesn't produce? You answered those, like, hey, we're going to move it, and so that's a good answer. The it's not a glamorous business, but it is a business that produces cash flow. So I think you need to like, if I'm looking at this from the outside, I look at it like, okay, how do you make sure you don't get stolen from all of those things?
Mm.
Electronic machines.
Vandalism, stolen. I was just thinking the same thing. And servicing and making sure they're full and packed. You know, what happens if yeah, you're right. And frequency. So it's a lot more labor intensive. In my mind, I'm thinking.
A little bit, but not a lot. I don't think, Vinny. When you
Okay.
No,
think
it's
of
not.
like versus, okay, just like with any business, like real estate, multifamily, commercial, it's all about the net operating income.
Yeah.
You're buying machines that sell a product. The beauty of the business, this is where I see the beauty of the business you're talking about, Stephen, is this. Your employees are not selling the product. It's like in Vinny, if he's got a assisted living facility and he's got 88 employees, well, those people are technically they're servicing your customer. Whereas in your business, you're creating cash flow from objects. Doesn't matter if it's pen, candy, or lettuce. It doesn't matter. I don't think you'll sell actual lettuce in your machines, but if anybody buys lettuce, that'd be cool. But the point is, your employees are not selling. Your employees are servicing and making sure. And I think that's a big point. You want to say that this is cash flow with, like Mike brought it up earlier. The problem today is employees. Can't get employees. I can't get employees. I can't get employees. That's what companies talk about. I got a friend here in Jacksonville. He has the upscale seafood restaurants, 5 of them. And he said, the heck with it. He couldn't get dishwashers. So he said, I'm done with it. I pay $35 an hour for a dishwasher. He does not have problem getting dishwashers now. And guess what? He said, now I don't have felons in my kitchen anymore. Unless they're the chef. That's what he said. He goes, unless they're the chef. But he goes, I don't have felons in my kitchen because I have people lining up to wash my dishes. The point is, when you're profitable, every job makes sense. And that's like, you want to stress the fact that this doesn't take labor. I think add that to your presentation.
Okay.
Any part of your presentation that you said, skip this slide, delete the slide. Because if you decided to skip it, it's of no value to the shorter you can make that slide deck is
Yeah,
Makes
I was
sense.
looking at it
Makes
going,
sense.
thinking, yeah, I could cut that, I could cut this. I actually need
Sure.
to, actually, I think at the end, I think a best close at the end was $170,000 gets you X amount of dollars.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
remind
I
them,
think, thank you. Yeah, no, I think that was good. I know you covered that right away. I didn't really know what the product was, but then you went into the whole, I think the whole hype about, I think I like the statistics. That's great, but maybe consolidating because sometimes it's like the interest goes up and down. And by the time it's very long, then you get into confusion. Huh? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But
no,
thanks for sharing.
yeah,
Yeah,
no problem.
Stephen.
And by the way, David, I do have that part. What we do is we overpay, just like what you're, I think we talked about this. If they're making 15, you're going to give them 25 or 30. And the reason they're not going to steal from you is why would you steal? First of all, the app says exactly how many quarters and everything that's in there. Why would you
Mhm.
steal $20 from me so that I can fire you and go get somebody else? So, and customer service, our number one customer is not the people buying, it's my employees they're working.
Mhm.
And so and then we train them how to talk to the managers and the people that they're dealing with so that they're their number one customer. So
So I was thinking then maybe there is more format shown. This is where the sales will be. These are the expenses. Something like P&L, I was thinking,
yeah, yeah,
because just throwing the numbers that you will make this, my thinking was how I'm going to get paid. And then what's your stake and how much will be the servicing end of it. And you as putting the whole deal together, just like I'm thinking about ATMs, right? I've
yeah,
invested with David Zook. They say, I'm going to get 24% or 25% per year. And the money is coming into the bank account every month, literally, right? So I think, no, very good. Good job. Good job.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you, David.
Anybody's
Thank you,
got
Ben.
any questions? Thank you. Thank you, Stephen, for sharing that. It's a great way to make money. Yeah. We don't endorse, by the way, Dave or I don't endorse anything. I just want to make sure it was just a presentation I asked Steve to give because it sounded pretty good. All right. Should we sign off and come back next week fully charged? And let's have a great one. Huh?
Right on.
Please,
All right.
everybody enjoy.
I want to say this,
God bless you.
you're going to
Please.
Patagonia a week from Friday, right?
A week from this Friday. So next Wednesday, I'll be holding it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, seminar.
So Patagonia is southern Argentina, right?
It is. It is
You know,
Chile. And
it's like 100 times their dollar.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. $1 is 1,000 Argentinian dollars, but now they pegged it. They pegged it at 650, but in the market, we're gonna get 1,000.
You're gonna buy some really good Argentina wine at dinner, and it's gonna cost you $1.
I'm
So-
looking forward to it. And they say the food is great. So we are going to Mexico City 4 nights, 4 nights in Argentina, then San Diego, Chile. Then we take a cruise. So it's a pretty nicely designed. Thank you. Thank you. And
Awesome.
we'll see you all next Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
Thank you, David.
Take
Thank you,
care.
everybody. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Vinney Chopra.
That's all for this episode of The Investor Impact. Stay tuned for the next episode and don't miss out on the opportunity to learn and grow alongside this powerful inner circle.